Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin moved all the way up to 45k and has faced quite a significant resistance there. We can see here, you can see it on the charts, that there's quite a dip now to the downside across the market. Especially Solana seems to be dipping quite a bit, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. I personally hope that this will be now a stronger dip because it would just fulfill my primary scenario perfectly. So on the Bitcoin chart, we talked about this ABCDE pattern. We talked about that this wave E should get all the way up to the wave C, which was exactly, well, it's a little bit higher than 45 to be honest, 45.3, 45.4. But the wave E doesn't need to go to that level. It's enough to reach that level here, the AC line that was reached, and that was the 45k level, yeah? That was early in the video the next resistance level and the next price target that I mentioned to you. And from here, what I would love to see, because it would just fulfill my primary scenario, is now that we are going to move down, we start the correction again, and we head down into my target area down here in yellow between 20 and 29k, and we would exit that triangle to the opposite side of the wave E. That is typically what would happen in such a wave count. Now, you know, this does not need to be the wave count. There are always alternatives, but this is certainly a possibility that the wave count offers the price. Okay, so the price can always only act in the in the space that the wave count gives the price and the market. So if there's an alternative, of course it can also move that way, but it can't do anything, you know, or it's all probabilities, right? So there are certain very likely scenarios, and this is here one of them, where we would now face resistance and come down. We already saw resistance, and in my opinion quite strong resistance. I mean, you can see the price peaked to 50 for the 45.1k and moved down all the way to 44, even a little, to 44. And on the 4-hour chart, what can we see? On the 4-hour, already decreasing momentum now. The RSI was overbought, so understandably you see a little bit of a retracement down. Okay, the stochastic RSI also starting to head down. That is the 4-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, we already here saw the bearish crossover on the MACD. It's only the 1-hour chart, so I wouldn't put too much attention into it. But generally, this has not yet translated into a daily. So the daily is still showing here upside momentum. So that has not translated into it yet. But on the 8-hour, you can already see how the MACD is losing a little bit of momentum. And that should then at some point translate over onto the daily chart. But can I say that it won't go higher? No, of course not. Of course not. It's far too early. But this is exactly what I wanted to see. Resistance at this triangle resistance descending trend line here in white. And at the moment the ABCDE would be fulfilled, but from here we now need to head further down. If we break through that line, that also would not be a problem for my primary scenario. We could move up all the way to 45.8k. That is that wave A high, and at the latest there we should reverse down. If we break above that, also for that we've got a plan. If we break above that, I would open a long position. That would be a trading position where I would then take profits here, most likely in this area here between 55 and 65k. 3 Fibonacci levels in this range, and that would be the area where I would expect the price with the highest probability to move into if we really break above 45.8k, let's say 46k. Okay. Until then, I told you my primary expectation remains intact, in place, and that would be that we are going to head down from here. Of course, sort of this gets less likely the higher we go here with the price here, and we are pretty much very, very close to the maximum what the price can do in this more bearish scenario before we, however, down here then become super bullish, and from here we will go to new all-time highs. And this would be, believe me, this would be the best price range for the market. It would be the ideal retracement. It would be the perfect correction textbook correction in A, B, C with a lower wave C would be textbook. And from here, the price could start to move to new all-time highs on a very sustainable basis. And that is what I'm actually waiting for. That's what I'm hoping for as well. And everybody, to be honest, should be hoping for that, because if we go all the way down to that level, then we can expect massive price increases afterwards. Until we haven't completed the correction fully, I will remain very, very skeptical to every potential price increase. But yeah, just wanted to give you an update because we faced resistance exactly at that level that we talked about. Yeah, for now, it's not a significant retracement, but you see a reaction, and we saw a reaction already when we, with that wave A, moved against that resistance level. We saw resistance here with that wave C, and we see a very similar resistance. The question is now, will the price break through that level, or will we really reverse as we have done it a few times before? My feeling is that the market sentiment is a little bit different. I give it actually quite high chances to break that level at the moment. But still, it is not my primary scenario. My primary scenario would still be to move down, but it is not unlikely that we break through here and then move first into that green area. Personally, I would not find that too problematic, actually. And I think it would also be an opportunity for everybody who maybe bought a little bit more expensive in October, November, and would like to, at least go out cost neutral or even take some profits on some altcoin and Bitcoin positions before we head down in a final correction. That's pretty much where we are. So very, very exciting at the moment. Very exciting times here. It could be a very interesting weekend. Bear in mind, on the weekend the volume is always lower, but that can also at times mean higher volatility, and the market can be easier manipulated by the players and the whales. Okay, so last time we turned around here, that was around the 2nd of March. Just want to show and have a look. That was in the middle of a week, and before that, that was here beginning of Feb. That was also here around the 10th of Feb. Now it was also in the middle of the week. Okay, so now we're obviously on the weekend, but we can also stay a while up here as we did it. I think we spent around 2 or 3 days close to that resistance level before we turned around to the downside. Very interesting, that we move all the way to 45k today. Personally, was faster than I expected, but why not? At least we are heading into a direction, and at least we're getting here close to a decision point. And as I said before, I expect here a decision in the next few days, where the price for the next few weeks will be heading. Alright, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, where you can get access to the to a weekly live stream, to the Telegram live chat, the Discord server. And if you like stocks and shares as well, if you join as a gold member, you can get access to the analysis of various stocks and shares. And since I started to cover that, I think most of these stocks have, either they have moved sideways or they have gone up quite significantly. We had AMC that went up significantly, PayPal went up significantly, Palantir went up significantly, and I think it's going quite well with these. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.